The 4x4 enthusiast is in the chat, Andre.
We could start our podcast.
We can start this thing.
Thank you for your support, by the way. Yes.
If you guys want to watch this podcast live, by the way, and ask questions in real time, patreon.com/TFLcar is the place to do it.
That's right. And Tommy, this is a car podcast, correct?
That's right. But we are talking about a car, a truck, and a coupe that are all the same thing.
Wow. And okay. So, and Roman is traveling right now, right? So he couldn't be for this episode.
He's in Florida, but he just got the lowdown on potentially the hottest new vehicle of the year, the Slate.
The Slate pickup.
The Slate pickup, that's right.
Yes.
Now, this is an innovative new vehicle priced at under $25,000.
Yes.
That has no radio, no power windows. I mean, it's basically a skateboard with a bed.
With a body on top of it, basically. It's got mirrors, though.
It's got mirrors.
It's got mirrors. But it's really controversial because a lot of people are really negative about it. A lot of people are positive about it, right? It's creating a lot of controversy. People are not sure how well it's going to sell. So we want to talk about it. We want to build our own, right?
That's right. So in today's podcast, we're having a discussion. Will this thing actually work and will it sell?
Yeah.
Now let's talk a little bit about the company. It is a startup.
Yes.
Right? So this is not owned by like the Volkswagen Group, like Scout is. This is kind of a ground up company with some major money behind them.
Yes, but before we continue with Slate, can we hit a couple of news items that also happened before we build a truck of our dreams?
Yes. Yeah. What are some of the news things that went on this week, Andre?
Well, you know what? I was online and I saw something from IIHS, which is basically a private organization for highway safety, but it's really an insurance institute, so it's funded by the insurance companies, right? And they crash cars, which we like to watch because everybody loves watching a crash.
Yes, and one of the things that they've done now a couple times is they've taken an old car and a new car, and they've put them head to head in this epic showdown to see if things were really built like they used to be.
Yeah, so they crashed a 1996 S10-based Blazer, Chevy Blazer, versus a brand new one, 2026 Blazer. But tell me, look at the old blue Blazer. It was perfect.
Andre's more upset about them ruining a really nice S10 Blazer. It is a beautiful Blazer. Do you think they had to find that, or do you think they had it laying around the office?
I don't know how they sourced it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's beautiful, but unfortunately, it didn't fare so well.
No, the dummy's head actually fell off.
That's not good.
He was decapitated by the airbag. But this was a demonstration to show how far safety technology has come since IIHS started 30 years ago.
Yeah.
So should we read the blurb?
Yeah, so they've done this before, right? They've done a 50s car versus an early 2000s car.
Yes.
And just to demonstrate how much better newer vehicles are at safety. And this is 30 years of progress.
So it's an overlap. So it's not head on. It's kind of half the car on the right and half the car on the left, right?
Yes. So it's a moderate offset, they call it.
That's right. Here's where their findings found. The driver of the new Blazer would have likely walked away with bumps and bruises.
Okay.
The occupant compartment of the 2026 model remained intact. All but one of the injury measurements taken from the driver dummy showed minimal injury risk.
Okay.
In contrast, the impact crushed the occupant compartment of the 1996, pushing the dashboard and steering column into the dummy's lap. The fully inflated airbag, which you were saying was kind of surprising, it went off.
Yeah, because if this is a 30-year-old car, some airbags, have lifespans, life expectancy for the components itself. But the airbag did go off in this car.
And what they said is a fully inflated airbag hit the dummy in the chin, snapping its head back and toward the window.
Oh, no.
This caused the nodding joint of the dummy's upper neck to break, and the head was detached from the body.
That is not good.
They then go on to say, although this isn't likely to happen to a human driver, it illustrates the extreme forces the dummy absorbed. The Institute's engineers use specific metrics collected by instrument inside the dummy rather than visible damage to estimate injury risk. Those indicators show that the crash almost certainly would have caused serious injuries to the driver's head, neck, and both legs.
Yeah, and I think it also demonstrates, just the strength of the metal structure of the vehicle,
Sure.
because the new vehicle was mostly in the passenger cabin was mostly intact.
Yeah.
Right? You could probably open the door
Right.
on the new vehicle. On the old vehicle,
The door fell off.
the door basically almost fell off, but also the A pillar was like bent in half, basically.
Tacoed, yeah, right.
It completely, the new structures are stronger, and also the crumple zones are probably better designed
For sure.
than ever before.
No, I mean, I think it's interesting. Definitely a little bit of a sadness to ruin a very nice
I think
blue
we
blazer.
agree on that, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, we agree on that.
But I think that it is very telling that, people say they aren't built like they used to. In some cases, that's a good thing, right?
Yes.
When the dummy's head falls off in an overlap
Yes.
crash test,
Yes.
and the other dummy could essentially walk away.
Yeah.
If a dummy
If
could
dummies
walk.
could walk.
Yeah, exactly. I know where I would rather be. Now, a lot of comments were saying that they would rather see this test with like an 80s Blazer, the K5, the big one.
Ooh.
And they said that one would have been much better. I'm not convinced it would have.
Well, that one would be taller, so it could be probably launched into the air. I don't know what would have happened.
I mean, I think that it's not in the modern vehicles. It's not only size that has an impact on the crashworthiness. It's the ability of the structures to absorb the impact, right?
Yeah.
And definitely, we're seeing that the modern ones absorb the impact and then keep the occupant cell contained, whereas the old one just kind of crumples and then there's bits everywhere. I would have loved to have actually been there in person, though. So, Insurance Institute of Highway Safety.
Please let us know about this.
It would have been really cool to see in person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we could have done a story about it, talked about it, interviewed the engineers. We could have done a bunch of things about it.
For sure. Yeah. Definitely.
But speaking of safety, there is another news item I wanted to discuss,
Okay.
which relates to us, because I drove a 1950s Type 2 VW bus.
That's right, Andre.
Yes.
This has been a really cool thing. So this is a company. What's the name of this company? Kindred?
Kindred Motorworks.
Okay.
And they're out of the Bay Area, California.
Nice.
And they restore old VW buses, also restore old classic Ford Broncos. They're also working on a classic Porsche 911.
Okay.
But this bus look how cool it looks.
Yeah. I mean, so this is like a pristine 21 window Volkswagen.
Or actually 23 windows.
This is a 23?
So yes, so here's how they do it. They take a donor vehicle,
Okay.
which is mostly intact, but it could have rust. So they strip all the paint, they fix all the rust. They also take off the old roof, because the weld is all the way around, basically the rail, the rain gutter around the top of the vehicle, and they install a new top with the windows.
Okay.
So all the windows are intact.
Okay. Very interesting. So it could have started out as like
A 15 window.
a panel bus,
Yes.
right? And then they turn it into a 23 window.
Yes. So it's because original 23 window buses are super valuable to begin with, right?
Right.
So it's really hard probably to work on one. As far as money is concerned, but then they electrify it, so it's an electric conversion, and they go up to about 300 horsepower.
Now that's going to really upset some people, Andre.
It actually did upset a couple folks.
In the comments, yeah.
Yes, but look at me, I'm happy as a clam in there. But also, I was going 65 miles an hour up this mountain pass.
I mean, basically, they've gone from a 50 horsepower, Beetle powered,
Air-cooled.
air-cooled bread loaf to a 300 horsepower
Sports car.
sports car in terms of power, right?
Yes.
So this is a hill climb, and I've actually done this in an old Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
A flat out about 40 miles an hour.
Yes, I was accelerating so quickly that my camera car was having trouble keeping up, which was a new car.
Okay, your camera car wasn't also a Volkswagen bus.
No, it was not.
But this is a really cool concept, and I think there's an argument to be made that for a lot of these older vehicles where the engine is maybe not the heart of the experience,
Yeah.
that an EV conversion makes a lot of sense. So for example, if you're taking like a 440 big block Charger, right?
Yeah.
The sound and that experience of the Hemi or V8 is so much of what you're buying that car for.
Yeah.
There's an argument to be made though that for an old Volkswagen bus, that little clattery 4-cylinder is not the high point of that experience. So were you impressed with this thing?
I was impressed. But the comments, the way I want to tie this in is that the safety of this bus, the original structure, is probably not the best.
No, you wouldn't want to
right?
crash it.
But the experience was still amazing because you could it had that open top, the sliding canvas roof, and it had the front windshield panels that open in safari style. So it's almost like has that feeling of a Jeep, like open air motoring. You could see the front, you could see all the air vents. So I think they maintained the character of the thing, right? Because the steering wheel is still kind of in a flat, horizontal position. So you kind of feel like you're operating a giant city bus, although you have great visibility. So you're kind of removing that kind of wheezy old engine and adding some performance, not for racing purposes, just for driving purposes, right?
What did they say the battery capacity is?
So this is about a 74 kilowatt hour battery. There's two packs. There's one in the belly, basically underneath the vehicle. There's one in the underneath the rear seat, and it's about 200 miles of range, give or take. They do have level 3 charging, but I think they're limiting it to about 45 kilowatts, so not a super fast
level
speed.
3, yeah.
But this is kind of like a toy for somebody, right? This is not probably a daily vehicle.
You got a beach house.
Yes.
You live in a small town. You want to just putt around to the grocery store, but you also want to silently.
Yes.
That's exactly right.
We have a lot of people joining us.
That's right. So if you want to be part of our live conversation, patreon.com/TFLcar. We record these live, actually. Trey Smith has a comment for you about the Volkswagen, Andre.
Yeah, what is it?
There was somebody a few years ago that had an electric minibus with 3 pedals covering the roof that could fold out to recharge. 3 panels.
Panels, yes.
Covering the roof that could fold out to recharge 40 to 50 miles of range per day.
Oh.
Only vehicle I know of that could potentially recharge with solar. That's interesting.
That's a good transition, actually. Thank you, Trey, for the question. Because the new Slate pickup that we're discussing in this episode has an optional solar tonneau cover.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
I could show you.
So this is a good point that Trey brings up. A lot of people have talked about adding solar panels to cars to make them more efficient or to increase the range. The problem is typically solar panels don't produce that much energy unless they're like on the roof of your house and you've got a massive square footage of them. So I think the only time in current production solar panels have been used is a Nissan Leaf. Do you remember this? Had a little solar panel on its rear spoiler that all it did was run a fan.
I think I want to say, and I'm sure Trey will correct us, and Elliot also, or 4x4 enthusiast. I think one of the Prius plugins didn't have like a little solar roof that once again controlled the climate system.
Oh, maybe it was for the 12-volt system. I do remember that.
Or like trickle
keep up the 12-volt battery.
Yeah, trickle charging the car. Because once again, like you said, I have solar in my house. I think Roman has solar in his house.
Yep.
You really need a lot of square footage. But the solar panel technology is also improving.
Well, there was that company, was it Aptera?
Yes.
That was doing the solar
They're still technically around.
But if I remember right, it only gave you like maybe a couple of miles of charge a day if you had bright full sunlight. So you really need a lot of space. But to Trey's point, the roof of a minibus is basically a house.
Yes, fairly large.
It's a shack, right? You could just line it with solar panels. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So, Andre, let's get to our main topic of the day.
Yes.
Which is the Slate. So we have here
specs.
The official spec sheet. Yeah. So the wheelbase and length, 108-inch wheelbase, 174.6 inches total length. So pretty small truck.
Yeah. If our producer Cole can actually put up 3 levels of panels, Trey is saying. Yes, you need a lot of panels.
You need a lot of panels, yeah.
Can you bring up an image of a new RAV4, like a 2026 RAV4? I want to kind of compare the size of the Slate to the RAV4.
Okay.
Because I looked up the numbers. And the RAV4, the new one, has a wheelbase about 3 inches shorter than this.
Okay.
And the total length a little longer than the Slate. So the Slate would fit like inside the RAV4 footprint.
So pretty small.
So pretty small pickup. So don't expect, it is also a 2-door only.
Yeah. And let's kind of back it up a little bit. The whole concept of the Slate is you buy it as a quote blank slate, a basic 2-door truck. And then if you want, you can convert it to an SUV by putting a top and seats in the back.
Yes.
Right? And what's crazy is that the top is not only just like some. People think it's like an old Bronco where it just keeps
Like a
the elements
shell,
out,
right?
but it also has integrated airbags.
Yeah.
Right. So it's actually a structural unit.
Yeah.
That converts it
and
to an
there's
SUV.
like also an electrical connection, right? Because it needs to tell the main computer that now you have more airbags and a different structure for the vehicle.
And as far as I can tell, it's a little bit of an involved process to convert it.
And it costs $5,000 to convert a pickup
Whoa.
into an SUV.
It's expensive.
Yeah, at least $5,000 because a little fastback, with the angled rear glass is even more. That costs about $7,000 to upgrade that.
Whoa. So big money.
Yes.
Now, as an SUV, we've determined, and a truck, it's slightly smaller than a RAV4. Width is 70.6 without mirrors, 78 with mirrors. Ground clearance is 7.8 for the truck, 7.6 for the SUV. I bet that's because it weighs it down a little bit.
Yeah, it probably weighs it down. And also, like, for example, RAV4 or most small compact crossovers, that's probably similar ground clearance to one of those. But they do have a lift kit.
They do.
Available. It's not priced out yet, and we'll build our own Slate in a second. But you could add a 2-inch lift kit, which would take it to like 9.8 inches of ground clearance, which is really great. But it's only rear-wheel drive.
There's no four-wheel drive one, huh?
No.
Interesting. So I'm looking at the bed length here, 60.5 inches. So what, 5 feet?
Okay, yeah, 5 feet.
So it's a really small cab if it's got a 5-foot bed and
Yeah.
to have it fit in a RAV4 size.
So that solar tonneau cover is only 5 feet.
Yeah.
So that's not a huge one.
Interior volume for the pickup is 49. If you convert it to an SUV, it's 80.5
Cubic feet?
That's
Okay.
right. Front trunk, 7 cubic feet.
That's not bad.
Pretty good.
You know what? That's identical as far as volume, I think, to a Cybertruck.
Yes, I think you're
Because
right.
I think like a Silverado EV pickup has like an 11 cubic foot trunk. And I think the largest was the Lightning.
Right.
F-150 Lightning had like 14 or something.
I'm looking at the cargo volume for the SUV behind the seats at 34, which is
pretty good.
a little bit less than the RAV4. I think a RAV4 is like 38, but not too bad.
Okay.
Cargo volume with the seats folded, 58, also pretty good. Ooh, curb weight. The truck is 4,000 pounds. The SUV is 4,300.
Yeah, so that's pretty hefty. And I think that has to do with the battery, right?
Okay,
Because
yep.
the battery is it weighs quite a bit.
Max towing SUV 1,500. Max towing.
The truck is 2,000, right?
Oh, sorry. Max payload is 1,500 pickup.
Yeah.
1,200 SUV. It's a pretty good payload, actually.
Yeah, that's as much as our Power Wagon that we have on loan.
You're exactly right.
1,500 pounds.
And then the towing is 2,000 pickup, 1,800 SUV. That's pretty low.
That's very low, and people are saying that may be enough to bring like one jet ski with you.
Right.
Or tow something very small.
And I saw some people saying, well, that's what an old Ranger would tow. The problem is the way that the tow capacity in an old Ford truck worked is they had like 1,500 pounds of towing capacity, but that was based on the bumper. Because remember they used to have the bumper
actual
ball?
Bumper, yes.
Yeah. But if you put like an actual hitch receiver on them, they could do way more.
Could do more. Yeah. The bumper would actually bend. Actually, I saw that in real life. A landscaper was towing a lawnmower behind him. Okay. And he was going over some bumps in an old Ranger. And the bumper itself like actually bent down. So that wasn't a very strong component as far as towing is concerned. But dude, our VP of marketing, Grant Davis, we were in a meeting, right, discussing the Slate truck. And he reminded us that back in the 80s and 90s, people used to buy small two-wheel drive Toyota pickups or Datsun pickups, small trucks, to deliver pizzas or do landscaping. So this could be a use case for this particular truck.
For sure. And I think for a commercial customer, there's a lot to like here, especially with it being electric. And if you have a business to charge it at, there's a lot of potential for cost savings. Now, speaking of that battery, Andre, when they launched this thing like a couple of years ago, didn't they say it was going to have 2 batteries?
Yes, they did. Yeah, and that's people. A lot of people are confused about this because now they just went back to 1, but it is an LFP, right?
Yeah. So the first, like it used to be, there was like the 150 mile of range one, and then the 220 mile of range one. Now there's 63 kilowatt hours. I think it's LFP, like you said, Andre. Yep.
Yeah.
And the range number that they've been saying is right around 205.
Okay.
So pretty good.
So Yeah, I mean, not
mind-blowing.
mind-blowing range, but I think if you're running a small landscaping business, I think that's probably plenty for the day.
Not a lot of power. 135 is what it's saying. 0 to kilowatts.
Yeah, so that's I think just under 200 horsepower.
Is it that much? Okay, I trust you.
Cole, can you convert 135 kilowatts to
HP?
Gigawatts? No, to HP.
Gigawatts. 0 to 60 in 8 seconds. Oh yeah, 181 horsepower.
181. So
okay.
That's decent.
Yeah, pretty
for
good.
A small vehicle.
0 to 60 in 8 seconds.
Okay. You don't want to be racing in one of these.
No, you're not going to be winning any stoplight Grand Prix, but with a top speed of 90, that should kind of get you where you need to go.
Yeah.
Battery capacity, we mentioned, is at 65 kilowatt hours. 4 hours to charge it at level 2. Half an hour to do 20 to 80% on level 3. 90 kilowatt peak. So not huge, but definitely acceptable.
Yeah.
And then McPherson strut front suspension, de Dion axle in the rear.
I haven't met Didion.
I have not met Monsieur Didion. And the wheel and tire, 17-inch wheels on this thing.
Yeah, and like the wheel, the tire diameter is like 29 and a half, but you could upgrade to 31s, Tommy.
Oh boy.
With that suspension lift kit.
Now, all of that is interesting, Andre, but kind of the most interesting thing about this is the way it's being marketed and packaged, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, because it comes gray, just unpainted, just one color, or whatever the raw material is, the panel material.
And it sounds like a lot of the panels may be composite. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what's interesting about it is that they call it like a blank slate, and then for not that much money, you can pay to have it wrapped from the factory. Isn't that right?
Okay, should we start? I have my laptop.
Let's start. First of all, do you like the look of this little guy?
The one that looks like a zebra? Or, I mean...
The one my dad got to ride in?
It's not quite a zebra because it's red and orange stripes. That would catch my eye if I saw that on any road, especially if it was a business, mm-hmm. right? Like a plumbing business or a little landscaping company. I think it would be a really fun one.
I mean, I think if you're looking for a flashy looking truck, probably not it. Like if you go to the dictionary and you just look up pickup truck, I think the Slate would appear.
Yeah.
Because it's very simple, squared off, no frills, basic transportation.
Yes, and we could argue if it's going to be successful or not. I mean, we could still argue about this.
We'll do that toward the end, yeah.
Yes, but we could start building one if I do have sharing, right? Okay, am I live? Okay, so here I am on slateauto.com. Sorry, slate.auto. Mm-hmm. This is not sponsored by Slate, by the way.
No, not in any way.
No, not in any way. I mean, they did invite us to that event, so that was nice. Okay, so I'm going to start with the pickup because we are kind of trucky people here.
Sure, yeah.
And then I'm going to go directly to wraps. So it's designed to be wrapped. And they actually talked about this, that the panels, the size of them and the shape of the panels were done specifically so it would be easier to wrap. But I'm not a wrapper.
Right.
Are you a rapper?
I'm not a rapper, clearly. Although Case has been really big on me getting a Cuban link.
But
you know about this? You've been there, right?
I heard about this.
I'm not getting a Cuban link, Case.
What is that? Is that a necklace?
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have another Cuban link
conversation.
We won't. It's this. It's like it's very Miami, Andre. He wants me to get a gold one. Look, that one's only $42,000.
Golden chains?
He wants me to get a Cuban link, a mullet, and a neck tattoo.
What? Wow, that would be quite an image change.
And I said, Case, I'm not doing it.
Okay, so the basic full wrap, Tommy, is $499.99, so $500.
Cheap, Andre.
But that's before installation.
So do they just like send you the bits?
Yeah, they sent you pre-cut pieces of vinyl material.
Really?
Yes. So everything doesn't have to be cut. But if you're not a professional, by the way, Jonathan is also here.
Thanks, Jonathan. Yep.
What is he saying? I can't quite see it.
Very much look forward to seeing you guys testing the Slate. It seems very interesting.
Yeah, we would love to. We have a reservation, by the way.
So this is kind of like a Lego set then, Andre. They send you the bits.
Yes.
And then you're supposed to do it at home?
But I would be nervous, Tommy, because when I put a sticker on a car, I usually have trouble. so to wrap an entire vehicle would be very intimidating.
This is like one huge sticker.
But what I would love to do, Tommy, is that multicolor. So So the top section, the middle section, and the bottom section can be wrapped separately. So let me show you this. So the middle section costs about $300 for the vinyl. The top by itself is about $160, and the bottom portion is $290. So if you did it in separate pieces, it would cost more. But I think it could be a lot of fun. So let me show you.
I like that lower partial wrap.
Oh, like a classic mid.
Yeah, we could do like
midsection?
the two-tone look.
Yes. So where do you want to start?
Let's do the lower one.
Okay. To make it classic looking?
Yeah, we'll do classic looking. And can you choose any color? Like, are you limited to colors?
No, you're not almost limited. So they do have like 100 colors you could choose from.
Whoa.
But there's a specialty item where you could provide them like a customized, so you could kind of see right here, there's multiple colors.
So if I wanted
available.
to like send in my hearing aid.
Yes, and they can match your hearing aid.
I could have a very nice trendy beige color.
Yes. Or your business.
Oh,
like
okay.
if you have a logo or something you wanted to put on there.
Well, that's pretty easy for us because we're red. Is there a good red you like, Andre?
I like something called classic red.
Okay.
Should we try that?
Do classic red. And what does that cost for the lower bits?
$290.
Okay.
So that's not bad. But before installation.
Right.
So like our friend Shane, who is a professional master, he has wrapped thousands of vehicles.
He's a rapper.
He's a proper rapper.
Yep.
It would be easy for him probably to do.
But for me and you, we'd be at it for 3 weeks and get it wrong.
Yeah.
Yes. I'd be curious to see if they give you like detailed instructions on how to make it so it's even and not bubbly, right? There's got to be some guidance there.
So I'm on their website, and look, they have a pretty nice configurator, actually. Whenever you add anything to the vehicle, you could look, if we can go back to my screen, you could actually look at different angles specifically with the model you're building and configuring. So if you're adding red color, if you're changing lights, they have so many options here. It's kind of mind-boggling.
So we got the red. What else can we option on this thing, Andre?
Well, I would like to add something.
Okay.
So hold on. I want to add a midsection just for a splash of color.
Okay.
So that's $300, and I want to make it white. Classic white.
Good idea.
What do you think? Now it's coming to life. Now this machine, let me show you what I'm building here.
72C10 already.
Yes.
Ooh, Andre, I like that.
Yes.
So you can choose to spec different tops and bottoms.
Yes.
Oh.
Different colors. You can mix and match. You could go wild, but there's a caution. There's an asterisk.
What's the asterisk?
What if you don't have taste?
Well, you're going to see a lot of green and orange ones. It's going to be a lot of lemons going down the road.
Mixed in together, right?
Yes, that would be me.
So now you can have. So let's go back. Let's stop talking about color and let's just look at some other options. For example, front lights.
Okay.
There's like 6 front different lights you can do, and I don't know. I was talking to Roman about this. They have lights for front fog lamps that look like X's.
Ooh.
Do you see this?
Very sporty.
But isn't that the traditional way of saying like I'm dead? Like a classic way.
That is one interpretation of it. So you think it's got like little like X's on its eyes. But what's really surprising? So I assume what you're doing here is you're putting a cover on top of the light.
Yeah, you're actually unscrewing little tiny bolts.
Right.
And you're putting additional covers on it.
And what's interesting about this is, first of all, it's only $50.
I know.
Which is really cheap. But look at this. They also tell you the installation difficulty.
No experience needed.
So are some of the add-ons more difficult?
Yes. Well, first of all, if you order the $5,000 SUV addition to it, that could be, you might have to be really knowledgeable with some tools.
Now, I'd like to know, does it come from the factory with that already installed? Or do you also have to put on the SUV part?
You could choose.
You can choose?
Yeah,
they'll do the SUV for you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or they have 3,000 locations, they said, across the country where they can actually help you.
Like partner locations?
Partner locations. And also service. You'll be able to service it if anything was to go wrong with the Slate.
Oh, I like the chunky front lamp.
Yeah,
chunky.
Let's add the chunky lights. Let's go back now to the original configuration. There's roof racks. There's rear lights. You could choose I guess I could like X's on the rear. How about that?
Yeah, let's do that.
X's on the rear. So the X lamp covers. But dude, I love this. All the body panels have like little bolts. So you could actually like, I almost feel like I could mix and match everything and I could work on it myself. Even though I'm not super handy, I really love that concept.
So a lot of what we've been talking about has all been kind of design stuff, colors and light covers. Are there like any mechanical things you can do? Oh, you can add light bars.
Light bars, dude, we have to do a light bar.
$800.
But that's $800. But it might be worth it. Like if you really want to dress it up.
Sure. And you also have
it's $800.
But hold on, Andre. You also have to add the 5-switch upgrade version.
Yes, because you have to have additional auxiliary switches.
Okay, so go continue.
Okay, continue.
And I'm curious, if you scroll down, does it tell you the difficulty in this one? Advanced.
Advanced, 1 to 2+ hours of work. May need two people to lift that light bar on top of it, right?
Gotcha.
So that's actually kind of cool that where they add you customized notes.
Right. So lots of options.
Add to design.
Add to design. Okay. So lots of options for lighting.
But let's go back. Let's keep going because it gets a little bit more involved. Look, solar. I told you.
Wow.
But that's expensive.
$3,000 for that.
$3,000 for a solar tonneau cover.
You can do rack systems too. Look at that.
Yes, rack system. It's a little bit lagging a couple of seconds, so we need to be a little slower.
Okay, gotcha.
Because we're on live show.
Appearance. Wow, there's a lot of stuff you can do to this thing, Andre.
Okay, now let's go to a really interesting part because originally it does not come with a stereo.
So what does it have instead? Just nothing?
It just has a dashboard.
Okay.
A literal dashboard, like with nothing.
It's just a board.
It's just
a plastic board.
Just a board. But you do have a little gauge cluster, right? That shows you speed, which gear you're in, like forward, reverse.
And I think it has to have a backup camera,
yes,
right?
and I think it displays that image on that little screen. So because that's a regulation, right? You have to have a backup camera. But don't worry if you're worried about.
Does it have air conditioning and heat?
Yes.
Okay.
I hope so.
I think it does. I think I read it has standard AC.
But look, you can add a front center channel integrated speaker with a little volume knob for $250. And that's not a lot.
Only listed as a moderate install difficulty. Or you can get front, left, right speakers. So you can get 3 speakers on.
Yes. So let's go all out.
We're going 3 speakers?
Yes. Center speaker.
What, are you buying a Cadillac here?
Yes, I'm designing my own Cadillac. So, and now, what else do we need? Dash panels for another $60. So yes, we have to do that.
Oh, you're going crazy over here, Andre.
Well, I'm not that crazy. I mean, we only added, we'll see how much money we added to this in the very end.
Hands-free Bluetooth controller.
No, that's too much.
Okay, we don't need Bluetooth hands-free.
No, that would be just too luxurious. I want to keep the crank windows.
Okay.
I mean, what other vehicle can you buy with crank windows? I think Jeep discontinued it, right?
This will be the only one, yeah.
This will be the only one. Tech. And this is the most important piece of tech, Tommy.
Slate telematics module?
Yes, it's a telematics module. Let's see what difficulty it is. 30 minutes to 2 hours. Some DIY familiarity is helpful. So what this allows you to do, it's a little tiny computer that you could buy for $275.
Okay.
It's a plug-and-play solution that acts as a cellular bridge between your smartphone and the Slate vehicle, unlocking features like remote access and battery preconditioning.
Oh.
So you can monitor your vehicle, basically.
That's pretty important.
So I would say for $275, because we're all techie, right, these days. I mean, you have to have this tech.
So we're adding the telematics, huh, Andre?
Telematics. And some people will now comment and say, you're going to be monitored by the government now.
That's right.
Right?
So be it. I want to precondition the cabin. Any other options in tech, Andre?
Slatelets, Tommy. Little tiny badges you could put on your dash.
Like donut. You could put half a donut on your badge.
Do you want to add a donut?
8 slatelets. So these are, you remember when you used to have Crocs?
Yes.
And you could do like those
Crocs
little
still exist, by the way.
They do? Yeah, they
Cole,
do.
is that correct? Yes.
Do you remember the giblets you could put in the holes? That's what a slatelet is. It's a little giblet you put on your dash.
Yes.
But Andre, there's a couple other things we could do here. There's a 5-switch upgraded design, which you already added because you wanted your roof rack.
What else can you do?
let's see. I think that's
you could do center console.
Tablet mount.
Dude, you could color your interior too.
Oh, really?
So like you don't have to be all gray. You could add your additional seat covers. You could color your dash.
So this is a brilliant idea.
What is it?
You can add a mount to your dashboard, so you can put an iPad in, and then boom, look at this. You got navigation, you got phone connectivity. So really smart. It's a bring your own infotainment system.
Yes. And of course, you see the climate controls knobs are below.
Yep. So there's that. Let's see what other utility things you can do. Center console, Andre. We need to have a center console.
Because it has cup holders. I mean, you have to have cup holders.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way about it.
It's an armrest. It doesn't have cup holders unless you buy the center console, huh?
Yes. But here's the thing, dude. And if my dad was here with us on this episode, he would probably say, hey, I already have cup holders in my garage, right? Because there's accessories that he's accumulated over the decades, right? We have multiple suction cups. I mean, you could put suction cups with phone mounts, with iPad mounts. I mean, you don't have to buy all this stuff if you have accumulated a lot of junk over the years.
Yeah, but no, Andre, no one's accumulating cup holders. That's
My dad
something you
is.
need. You need to have the cup holders integrated into the car. I also think maybe you want the floor mats would be good.
Rubber floor mats, yes.
Yeah. Andre, you've turned this thing into a bougie machine here.
So where are we at as far as money?
Well, let's see what kind of colors we can do on the inside.
Yes.
Door bolsters.
Yeah, door bolsters.
Oh, you can
And
change
door
the colors.
armrests.
Oh, you don't get door armrests either?
No, but you could color them. Can you make them red, please?
Okay.
Can you make everything red?
Yeah.
I mean, I want to bring a red. The exterior color is mostly red. So I want to bring... Don't click the SUV, though.
Is this SUV?
No. Well, there's also the truck.
Okay, that's for the front. There you go. It's nice and red now, Andre.
Okay.
That's great. So we got some door bolster dash panels. We'll make those red for you. Look at that, Andre. That's cool. $60. Oh boy, you can't have the dash panels on your speakers, Andre. Shoot.
But I think you could.
So
I mean, if you buy other options.
lower dash.
Yes. You're adding color to the interior.
I'm doing a good job here. Okay, we got some color on the inside now. You want? We got door bolsters. That's good. SUV rear armrest. We don't need that. Do you want a key?
Doesn't it come with a key?
I don't think it does. It's a key fob in a color of your choice. It must come with some kind of key.
No, it comes
right?
with a key, except you can color your key.
Oh, I got it.
You could add color to your key, but I don't want to add color to my key.
Okay, so here you go, Andre. So we got a nice little thing going here. So what does it cost? Do you want to check it out?
Let's see. So we got color on the outside. We have radio.
What about wheels?
Wheels. You are correct, sir. Wheels and suspension. We're not going to lift it quite yet.
Okay.
I mean, we could lift it, and we could add different wheels at a lot of expense, which is some customized wheels are about $1,400.
Oh.
But I don't want to do that.
What about tires? Can you choose tires?
Yes. There's also all-terrain tires, but you have to have a lift to add all-terrain tires.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, so that could be a lot of money. Oh, I'll also show you something.
Ooh, there's a suspension. Do they have pricing on the suspension?
Not yet.
There's a lift kit and a lowering kit.
Yes, you could slam it down.
Holy heck, Andre.
You could slam it down. You could roll like just in style. But I want to add little rings.
Okay.
Little white walls.
Okay, sounds good.
Almost white walls.
They're on the wheels. That's interesting.
Yes. So not on a tire. So now you can dress up your wheel.
Nice.
And then you're probably... there's a spare mount. That's really important, right?
Probably want a spare tire.
You could go with Modern Spare, one of our partners.
Yeah.
Or you could get a spare mount from Slate. Where the heck is it? I think it's under utility. But total price, you're probably wondering. See? Spare with the upgraded bumper, that's $500. We have to do it because it looks cool.
And you got to get the rear bumper upgrade.
Yes, please get the bumper.
Oh, dude, this is the problem when you have a blank slate is you kind of start wanting to go a little crazy.
You could go wild.
Wow, there's so much stuff they have in this configurator.
There is tonneau covers.
Is there a mid-gate?
Well,
No.
Oh, is there?
No, that's tailgate
Base
pad.
camp.
That's tailgate pad. That's not a mid-gate. Wow, it's just, you want running boards?
No. I mean, it's already so low.
It's only 2 inches off the ground.
It's
why
2
do you
inches
need
off
running
the
boards?
ground. Come on.
So, Andre, let's see what we've spec'd our dream Slate truck to.
Summary. Final damage is $27,969.
So not bad, actually.
We're still at 28,000.
Now, this is still for the truck, so if we wanted to make it an SUV, add 5K to that.
At 5K, now you're at 32.
Right.
Right? Or a slantback, now you're at 34.
Right.
But now comes the problem. At 34,000, you could buy a well-optioned Ford Maverick. You could buy many other vehicles, actually.
So let's look at our truck, which is 28, right?
Yes.
You could get a Ford Maverick for 28.
Yes, that's the base price.
Now, the Ford Maverick is interesting because it comes standard with paint
And a radio.
and a radio and power windows and an armrest, and it even has cup holders as standard equipment
Also 4 doors.
and 4 doors.
Yes.
So this is where things get a little tricky, right?
Yeah.
Is I think that the pricing on this vehicle is very compelling, but you are essentially buying a very, even fully loaded like ours is getting, a very stripped down basic 2-door pickup that you have to change the color on yourself, right?
Yeah.
So is this going to work in the marketplace? Is this a truck everybody says they want and no one buys, or are people actually going to line up and put their money down? What do you think?
Let's ask Jonathan, because Jonathan is here in the chat room, and he's saying...
Bunch of people are in the chat room, Andre.
Yes. I hope public doesn't bully the company, Slate, into adding four-wheel drive that drives the price even higher. So, Jonathan, now, am I correct in assuming that you're a potential customer for Slate? Because I think the mindset is, and we can see what the other people are saying. Whoa, dude, look at how many people we have.
I know.
People are saying that... Here's where I am with this, dummy. If I can unbolt a front fender on a Slate, I'm gonna take it into my garage. Please stop me at
I'm
any
listening.
point. And I'm gonna take a rattle can, and I'm gonna spray that sucker with whatever color I want.
You're spraying down your Slate?
In pieces, because I can take each component, a fender, a rear bed side. You know, I can unbolt them.
Yes.
I can take it in my garage. I can very carefully, professionally rattle can it.
I think that would be hard to do to make it look good.
And then I have, I mean, I'm rattle canning my Buhanka van, my classic car.
Yeah.
So I could probably do it with this too.
I'm not sure you would. The problem is, like, especially if you're rattle canning plastic, as I found out trying to rattle can some Jeep flares,
Yes.
after about 25 minutes, they started to bubble in the sun and look terrible. So I think that if you wanted to paint your Slate, you could do that, but you'd probably want to bring it to someone with an actual paint booth so you don't end up with cat hair in the paint. So that I'm not sure that's a
Or
good
leaves,
solution.
for example.
Ed M says in the Patreon, can't wait, my 25K is now 35K. Can you pop open his Slate? Let's see what Ed has
'Cause
done to
he's
his.
sharing it.
Yeah, he shared us his Slate. Okay, so he went with the SUV. Looks like he's got the lift kit and fog lights on it.
Ooh.
Is there an interior shot of this thing, Cole? Let's see. Let's
Click
see.
the interior. Oh, yeah.
No, that's the. Oh, there it goes.
No, it's changing.
back.
It's changing.
So Ed went SUV fastback. Looks
With a
like,
blue armrest, I think.
Oh, Ed wanted cup holders. Bold of you, Ed, to want cup holders.
Yes.
Looks like he went some stuff on the inside as well.
Are there speakers I can't see?
I think he's got the speakers. Let's
Okay.
see the wheels, Cole. Let's see what he did. Oh, he's got some gray line on the wheels.
Ooh. So he kind of went on a gray theme, basically.
Yeah, exactly. So the SUV is actually my favorite looking one. I think
the slant back?
it really looks cool. It kind of looks like a Scout 2 in my opinion. Oh, here you go. He went front fog lights, front bumper upgrade, big spender, Ed.
Yes.
He went with the 5-switch panel, chunky grille plate, center console, front left and yeah, he's a speaker guy like you are. Slate telematics. He wanted an armrest, and he wanted a rear armrest too. Wow. Geez, Ed, at this point, just get a Mercedes. You want front and rear armrests in your car? What are you thinking? Fender flares, Andre, console armrest, hands-free Bluetooth, and he wanted a key fob?
Wait, he wanted denim. That's a denim armrest.
Oh, in 2026, you want an armrest, Ed?
But
So-
also, the pricing is still not available for denim.
Okay, so this is the problem I do have with a little bit with the Slate is like I love the concept and I love that it's basic, but ultimately you are going to want cup holders and you are going to want an armrest, and then they do get pretty expensive, right? So my big concern with this, Andre, is especially with the truck. You were just on the Ram program.
Yes.
And you were talking to the Ram guys about why they don't have the single cab anymore.
Right.
And didn't they tell you that the sales take rate was tiny?
So the line from Ram folks was because they introduced the Rumblebee, right? The Rumblebee is like a sport version of their truck with a big V8 engine. It's just really sporty and lowered. They said they looked at the data and that the single cab truck data was like 2% or 3% of the market. But they're looking, of course, at the whole holistic picture of the market, including every pickup truck sold. So you're already kind of in that 2 to 3% niche. And for them to develop a new cab, because it kind of has to be a new cab, right? Because they don't have the heavy duty is being redesigned hopefully soon. So that's going to take a big investment for them, right? To make a new cab. So they didn't do it.
But that 2 to 3% niche is what I'm going for. It's like everybody says they want the simple two-door truck, but you go to dealers and you talk to people who are selling these things, and whenever they get a basic two-door truck in, they just sit on the lot and they sit and they sit and they sit, unless it's like a construction company or a florist or a auto parts store that wants something like this. But from an actual consumer standpoint, two-door trucks and especially two-door SUVs make up a very tiny percentage of the market because people have kids and they have a need to put a dog in the back seat and to put big items in the back seat, right? Yeah. So like specifically with Broncos and Wranglers too, like the two-doors just really, really, really don't sell in big quantities. So that's my big concern is I love the look of this thing and I could probably make it work for my lifestyle, but it would be a much harder sell if I went to my wife and I was like, I'd like to buy this little two-door SUV. Are you cool with that? And she'd be like, well, why don't we just get a four-door? And I'd be like, that's not as cool.
Available.
I want to have red inserts on the dash and green inserts on I want to do a Christmas-themed truck.
Christmas.
Right?
Yes.
So like there's so much cool stuff about this, but I think it's going to be a tough sell for a lot of the market.
I agree, especially if there is an alternative from another company.
Right.
Right. And also, I mean, I've heard some people say also, like, let's say there's a Ford Maverick or another company that sells something similar to this, and they're an established brand. Ford has been around for 120 years or so. Let's say a Toyota comes out with something similar in a couple of years. That's a trusted brand with a dealership right next to you.
Right.
And this is a new company that nobody has heard of.
Yeah.
Right. So which way would you go? Would you go with a company that, is brand new? Or are you going to go with a company that's been known and there are dealerships everywhere you look?
Now, if you haven't already seen the video, go to tfltruck.com and watch my dad's Slate video because he interviewed a bunch of people on this project.
Oh my gosh, this was the most in-depth video I think ever.
It's like 56 minutes long. He did a really good job. And what's cool is
he went for a ride.
He went for a ride.
Yes.
A lot of the people working on this truck, Andre, are not like tech people that came and just developed the new iHome. They are people from the auto industry.
Rod Romaine.
Rod Romaine
is there. He's from Stellantis.
So he was the chief engineer of the Ram HD
Heavy duty trucks.
And
yes.
now he's leading the powertrain development, right?
Yes. Actually, I think Rod, I'm sorry if you're listening and watching and I get this wrong. I believe he's one of the people who, you can build one of them, but he's the guy who is making sure it's production ready.
Oh, that
you
can
make
build a lot
100, 1,000 of them, right?
Yeah.
So he's one of those guys who's looking at this from the engineering perspective and making sure the factory can deliver and build hundreds of them.
And he also is the voice of Zeus.
That's why we're lowering our voices.
Rod Romaine. Really, really an amazing voice. So a really talented guy. And my dad said like a lot of people he met were from Ford and from GM. And like they really had taken a lot of talent from the established automakers. And he said that the riding experience was pretty good. Like it was pretty comfortable and felt pretty quick.
Pretty torquey.
Yeah, he said it doesn't feel like a Lego, even though it looks like a Lego. He said it actually feels like it has some quality to it. So I'm excited about this concept a lot. And I really hope you guys out there listening and watching are actually going to go ahead and buy these things because
I think, you know what it is? If you can't, if you test drive something you can be convinced. It's really hard to convince ourselves not being next to this truck or not driving it, not sitting in it, right? Or you could drive it and say, forget it, it's not for me, right?
What do you think of the pricing?
I think the pricing is, I like that a lot of those options are so low priced. Like the speaker system was what, $200, $250? I really like that it's not super expensive. I was talking to Case about this. He was afraid that as soon as you add options, you could double the price of the thing.
Right.
But it's not the case.
Yeah, I mean, we saw like $50 here, $70 here.
And we ended up
here.
with 3,000 of options. But still, this is not doubling the price.
Because you have to pay for those cup holders, Andre.
Yes.
I'm really hung up on the cup holders. Why don't they need to make that standard?
Like I said, my dad has cup holders in his garage.
Andre, nobody wants to use your dad's O'Reilly's cup holders in their brand new truck.
But it's frugality, Tommy. It's frugal.
Can you go to the chat here? Cole?
Can
Let's see what the patrons are saying here.
Slate equals cool.
We got
Elliot is saying.
Fuchsia for the win. Slate equals cool. Maverick equals snooze granny car. Do you agree with that, Andre?
Snooze great granny car. No, I don't agree with that, Elliot, because there's various versions of the Maverick. You could buy like a Lariat, which is nicely equipped. You could buy a Tremor.
Ooh.
Did you know this?
I did know that Maverick Tremor, yeah.
But Maverick Tremor is expensive. It's like 40 grand plus. Yes, some grannies are buying Mavericks, but I don't think it's a granny car.
Scroll up to the top here, Cole. Let's see what else people are saying here. 4x4 Enthusiast says, happy Friday.
Thank you.
Great day for a car chat. So thanks everybody in the comments for commenting. So I think my big takeaway here, Andre, this is a very cool vehicle, and I really hope that it ends up making it to production and making it to great success in the market. I'm just not 100% sold that it will, because it's a two-door, rear-wheel drive only, and electric only.
What about the aftermarket? I mean, this Slate has no aftermarket right now because it's never existed before. But when Roman went to that event, did you see they had the Go Fast Camper top that they were showing, and already aftermarket companies are already jumping into this space, hoping this would be successful.
It's kind of a curious situation though, because Slate themselves is already kind of doing the aftermarket thing.
Yeah, they are.
You know, like the accessory thing, they are, before launch, they have 1,000 different things that you can outfit and kit out with your
I
product.
know what we're missing.
What's that?
We need to talk to a person like David, because David is very frugal, right? And he builds stuff with his own hands. So I could see David buying a blank slate, ripping off the bumpers, welding his own steel bumpers for this, and going just nuts with it.
Well, and I think that is something that they're hoping people do to some extent, is, you know, going out and actually doing it on your own.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that it's the most exciting product this year for sure. Did they say on sale date next year?
No, they said by the end of this year, 2026, you can get probably the first deliveries, right? They're probably not, you know, huge volumes of these things this year, but they said by the end of this year, you can get first deliveries of this. And of course, going into 2027, they're hoping to ramp up production in a big way. And their factory I think it's Indiana.
I think it is.
Indiana.
Indiana.
They have a capacity for 150,000 vehicles per year. I don't know if they can get there soon, but they have the capacity to do it.
So I got a little bit more detail here. Slate Marketplace will launch over 100 accessories, 80 under $500. 100 wrap colors available at launch. Okay. Every Slate truck comes with a 10-year, 110,000 mile battery and powertrain warranty.
I didn't know this.
Well, the battery warranty, I think, in the U.S. legally has to be over 8 years.
Yeah.
But they did a 110,000 mile, and they said, this is the interesting part. Slate owners have access to a network of 2,000 plus Repair Pal shops, including over 100 service centers certified for high voltage EV. So it sounds like they're not trying to build out a huge infrastructure.
No, there is not going to be like a Slate store. It sounds like it's going to be partner based, right?
Right. Pre-orders are now available at slate.auto for $300. For existing reservation holders who have paid $50, the pre-order cost is only $250. First delivery is expected Q4 of 2026. That's what you were just saying, Andre.
Yes.
Slate earned 180,000 reservations between April 2025 and June 2026.
Yes, but those reservations could evaporate.
It says Slate trucks are designed to achieve the highest safety ratings and will be assembled at a re-industrialized factory in Warsaw, Indiana.
Yes.
That's
Thank
what
you.
you're talking about.
Thank you.
Slate has raised $1.3 billion, backed by Bezos Expeditions, General Catalyst, and TWG. All right, cool.
So they do have backing. They do have a factory.
Headquartered in Michigan.
And they do have Rod Romaine.
They've got Rod Romaine.
Yes.
Headquartered in Troy, Michigan.
Yes.
Design operations in Troy and Southern California. Will assemble trucks in Warsaw, Indiana, investing nearly $400 million, creating 2,000 jobs and contributing to $39 billion to Indiana's economy over 20 years.
You know, the other comment I saw on some of our videos, including our EV channel, that people want an option for a combustion engine
Yes.
in this thing, right?
I think that would have been smart.
Because if you had options for both, I think you could really expand the customer base for this. Because people who are frugal with their money, they're buying a cheap vehicle, maybe they're financing it, maybe, I don't know. They didn't talk about leasing, did they?
No, I don't think nothing about leasing. No.
So if you're spending a low amount of money, you're probably living in an apartment building, right? So it might be difficult for you to charge something like this if you're living in an apartment building. So if they could, they didn't say anything about combustion.
No.
So,
and we've asked, and they're pretty adamant they're not doing it.
So that could slow them down, because if somebody's buying this and they have to publicly charge it somewhere else, that would be a little bit inconvenient. But for commercial use cases in a depot that already has chargers, this could be really useful.
I think, like, if I was in their shoes, I probably would have honestly launched this concept and then gone to GM and bought like an off-the-shelf crate motor. Like they do those little
like
Ecotechs.
a little 3-cylinder
Ecotech
basic engine,
right? Or like a 4-cylinder Toyota engine, like the 2.5 liter that Lotus uses. Or used to use. I think that would have been brilliant decision. Because the EV thing is going to hold people up for sure.
There is another example of this, Ineos Grenadier, right?
Yeah.
It's a new company that was started with some big money backing it from Ineos. And they used the BMW engine, right? They didn't make their own engine. They didn't develop in new powertrains. But they used known engines that are available and reliable. And they could do the same.
Yeah, for sure. Well, guys, we'd love to hear your opinion in the comment section below. What you think of the Slate, whether or not you think it'll sell. If you have any cool builds that you're excited about, be sure to send them to us on Patreon. We'll check them out.
And let us know if you would rattle can spray your Slate.
Don't spray paint your Slate.
Okay.
Unless you want to wrap over it again, then maybe you could. But guys, thanks for listening to this episode of Car Chat. We'll see you in the next one.
Thank you.